This Pottycast will hopefully contain words or statements of obscene, pornographic, or immoral character. You have been warned. You have been warned. You have been warned.
1, 2, 3. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Potty Mouth Records Pottycast. Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back to the Potty Mouth Records Pottycast. Rootin' tootin' spewers of poop. All right, well, so episode 80, I think.
Holy shit. Who would have thunk it? I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I thought when we started doing this. I mean, I figured it'd go on for a little while, but I didn't know it would be like to this many episodes, I guess. As consistently as it's been as well.
That's the goal. We want to be consistent so we get our listeners up and we can get sponsorships for dick straightening medication. I think that's the goal. That's the goal of the podcast.
Well,
not saying my weenie is bent incredibly, but I just want to be sponsored by a fucking wiener straightener.
I was gonna ask if like you were talking about like wiener straighteners as in you can't get it up, or that you're like someone with a bent wiener straightening it out.
Yeah, dude, like he's got a fucking piece of elbow macaroni.
But sideways.
Sideways. I don't know. Fucking can go straight up. Well, straight up might be interesting. You never know. Or straight down. Maybe he was a tucker and I got stuck that way. I'm just saying the possibilities are fucking endless.
Were you a childhood tucker? Do you have a permanent undertuck that you cannot straighten out?
Oh shit. Fucking classic. Oh
damn, that's ridiculous.
My mom will be proud.
Well, one thing I will say before we start, and we don't have to spend a bunch of time on this, but it is the Pottycast, and we have talked about this before, so it is like humorous to us, but also on a serious note. I talked about on here, I think that back at Christmas time, we got a bidet, and I'd never had a bidet ever, really. I mean, I'd used them at other people's houses and stuff, but so, yeah.
So, whoa. We're burying the lead. So you use somebody else's bidet.
Yeah.
It seems, to me, it just seems odd.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
It's just the waters. I mean, the water that's coming out is new water, and it's like there's not any instrument that's touching you that's touching someone else. I mean, it's just spraying
but what
water.
If it sprays water and gets showered back down, then it kind of embeds into the head, and then you respray somebody else's ass water onto your ass.
I mean, I guess it's possible, but I'm just
asking for a friend.
Yeah, I mean, the one that I used though was sort of like a really high-end one, and it has like a crazy like self-cleaning mechanism that it actually self-cleans after every use.
Oh my god, I cannot believe the fucking sound effects are not working tonight. This is just fucking kill me. I've missed a boing.
Yeah.
For dick straighteners, and now I got a flush I could be using.
Just put them in after the fact.
It's, oh my god. So, I don't know if I could use somebody else's bidet. Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack you.
No, that's fine. I mean, I understand where you're coming from with that. Like, I guess it is kind of like a thing that maybe is like personal, and I could see that point. I mean,
it's not like a butt plug, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I get what you're. I do understand what you're saying.
On there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any cross contamination happening at all. But yeah, anyway, so I'm, approaching like 3 full months of having this now. And my God, like one thing I can say is it's crazy that I went as long as I did without having one, because it is just it's like completely changed up my bathroom game, like big time. Like it's just amazing. So anyone who is on the fence about getting one or thinks it's crazy to get one, like it's
So
not
wait,
fucking
what's
crazy.
what's so fucking magical about it?
It's, I mean, yeah, it's just
Is
there's
the water
just
cold?
so we have just like a budget one. So yeah, the first time you use it, it's like it's pretty shocking. You're like, wow, like I mean, like obviously I knew it was going to be cold, but I didn't really I was like, "Oh fuck, that's like really cold." And then but like honestly, it was only like the very first time, and then like the very next time it was like I was already used to it. It's like, "Oh, it's not that bad." And like now it's like it doesn't even feel cold.
It's like a little anal surprise.
It was the first time. Yeah.
The shock is now gone.
Oh yeah. Like I don't like
Oh,
I really can pretty much safely say that that was the first time water that cold was injected at my butthole.
so do you still have to wipe up, or do you sit and fucking unload on it until you think your ass is clean? Like, how does one judge that the ass is clean?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it really it just kind of
Does it have a
depends.
backup camera on it?
No, but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes a feature eventually.
Oh, it's
Where
an app.
yeah, I was gonna say there's an app on your phone that like the camera is like you can look at your butthole on your phone to see like
Oh
if you need more
my
water.
shit.
It's fucking ridiculous. But you know
We're
what?
gonna need a bigger boat.
We laugh at that, but like that'll be fucking invented though. Like
Oh, then
Like-
you're gonna worry about people with weird fucking fetishes hacking your phone.
hacking
get
your
the-
bidet camera.
Yeah, and they're just watching you spray your asshole. Oh my lord.
Jesus, people are fucking sick. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of, it really just depends. Like I think you know, like I think if you just have some like big nasty sloppy poop, you can like run that thing and like you're probably like, yeah, I'm probably still going to need to like do a little cleanup, but you know, you can. I feel like it's usually like you can usually tell like when you're pooing, like what's going to happen, like what the
Right.
aftermath's going to be. So
Yeah.
yeah, like you can just adjust the bidet to that, and yeah, I mean it's like cleanup is great. It's great.
You have adjustable nozzles, so you go with the fucking penetrator or the shower. You're like shaking your head, yes.
Well, it doesn't. It's just sort of like an intensity knob. Like it's basically like, you know, it starts at like 0 and goes to whatever it goes to, and then like, you know, like 10%'s like a gentle spray, 50% you're like putting your thumb over the garden hose, and then like the whole
it's called ecstasy, my friend.
yeah, I don't think I've ever ran it the whole way up. Like it's a little bit too much. Like
Oh
I'm not,
my god. I think we're gonna have to do a fucking live report from the shitter.
yeah, I don't know. Full blast might be, it's just too crazy. I'm not sure.
Like it's like giving yourself an enema almost.
I mean, like probably, yeah. I mean, it's just like it's.
Well,
I
that'd be a
mean,
good way to clean the system out.
yeah, I don't think I need to do that, but
It's like in fucking what was it, Zach and Miri Make a Porno?
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Where fucking the chick cleans herself out and all of a sudden she explodes. He does her in the butt, and like it just like fucking dishwater blowing out of her butthole
Oh no!
all over him. Yeah, it was fantastic. It was a good time had by all, I assume.
But yeah, the bidet, I highly recommend if you've thought about getting one and haven't decided whether you want to go that route. Like I highly recommend it. It really changed up my pooping game in a very positive way.
Shit. Literally.
Yeah.
Fucking unbelievable.
Well, I wanted to ask you about this fucking bridge collapse.
Dude, how fucked up is that, right?
Well, because I honestly, I don't know too much about it. I saw a couple clips and I was just honestly waiting to talk to you to see, because I figured you just probably like knew a little bit more.
So what's crazy is everybody like we had to go do a building measurement yesterday, and on my way there, like I had to get up earlier. So was sitting at a stoplight and I was bored. So I looked at the friend face and somebody's like, prayers to all the people on the bridge. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And like all of a sudden I looked it up and the fucking bridge collapsed. And when I got on site, I looked it up and I got to watch a couple of the videos, which was fucking crazy. And I talked to the guy who, like, the building and superintendent, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I couldn't sleep last night, and I got up." He's like, "And I saw all this shit happening on my phone, but they never came through." And at like 2:30, finally, there was a statement made, and there was a boat that fucking it appears to have lost power. Like it's one of those. I think everything that could go did go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it powered down, and I think part of the protocols are to drop anchor. So I don't know if dropping the anchor fucked it up and swayed it into the fucking bridge. Don't know. But it was having like power issues because you can see it go up to the bridge and fucking you can watch the power go out on the ship, come back on, flick back off. And part of that protocol, apparently I'm trying to remember who said that. I don't know if it was Cooper or Amanda. They drop anchor. So I don't know with that if it fucking tweaked it. Because to me, I still have problems with the fact that even if you lost power, you still should be not aiming towards the bridge. At no point are you like, you know what, we should be aiming towards the bridge, and then we're going to make a really hard turn at the last minute. Like, I don't feel like that was how things happen.
Right.
So it is fucking nuts. I think they found 2 more dead today. Like they were missing 6, and I think they found 2. So we're still missing 4 people. It's crazy.
And this happened in like the middle of the night?
It happened real late at night. And apparently what I've been told as well is that they maydayed it. The boat actually maydayed it. So there's a reason there's not a shit ton of traffic on that bridge. Because if you watch the video, there's not a lot of cars. So they had already started shutting down traffic onto the bridge.
Okay.
As it happened, but there was a road crew on there fixing potholes and such. So I think they might have got the worst of it. This is just what we hear from different sources. So yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And is that bridge, is it like pretty heavily traveled? Like, is it like a main place where people drive?
I don't think it's not as main as you would think, but it still has a lot of traffic. Like it is it's part of the Beltway, but it's like on the far side that a lot of people don't go around.
Right.
Because it goes, it's just like, it's like that Edgewood, Dundalk, and then I think like Brooklyn Park. It's kind of like on the outskirts of Baltimore on the other side. Is it going to fuck stuff up? Yeah. Because they're already talking about because the water's closed, that all the fucking docks, like the dock workers are going to run out of work by Friday. Today's Wednesday. So, but I assume they'll do like they did in Philly, and they'll fucking open up what they need to keep shit moving that way. Because I think like the Under Armour headquarters is back there, like all their shipments. I think the Amazon, like one of their hubs is out there where their shit comes in. So yeah, it'll get open quick. Are
there alternate routes into that? Like, either side of the bridge is just like way longer, or yeah. So I mean, you could go around the outer loop, like towards like Hagerstown, and then loop back down and hit 95 again. Gotcha. Or, you could go through town. Yeah, it was amazing. So the most irritating thing, Cooper and I were talking, is the fucking guy that shows up from the highway department's like, so that's going to be closed down. So your best routes are 95 or 895 or 695. It's like, no, fuck, dude. It was like, no fucking shit. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. When was the last time you were on that?
I think we ran. It's probably been within the last year, coming like out of Brooklyn, just the back way. I mean, don't take it that often, just because it's kind of out of the way. I mean, and like I said, so that's. I mean, it'll affect traffic a lot, but I think it wouldn't be as bad as like a tunnel collapsing.
Yeah, right.
But not to laugh about any of it, but it's just, I mean, like if there was the best case of a worst case scenario for shutting down infrastructure or shutting down the highway system, this is like the least fucking damaging.
Gotcha. That's cool that they were at least able to act quickly enough to get the bridge kind of closed off, so more.
I think that was amazing. Like I think Amanda told me that today, that they like had time enough and started Mayday to like stop a lot of the traffic. Like I said, if you watch the videos, even though it's like, I think I'm trying to think what time it was, but it's really dead. Like even for here, it's really dead. So you can definitely see a lack of traffic. Even when you watch the like one from the water, you're not seeing a lot of cars going across it. You're not seeing a lot of any kind of action on it. So I mean, sadly, it is the best of the worst case scenarios, I guess. I don't know. The fucking way it went down and how quickly it went down, it's fucking nuts. Like, dude, it was like pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
It was like it was
literal dominoes, basically.
Yeah, you could just, it was like as soon as the first one went, it was like it wasn't just like a span broke. Then it was just like once one went, it was like it just went down, 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 down. Yeah, that kind of blew me away. More than the fact that somebody fucking ran into it, but just how quickly it went down. Like I would assume that when we build shit, that we build it so that not everything falls if one piece falls. I think it was opened in 76, but even at that point, we should have been smart enough to, there should be like it should break apart in sections and not as a fucking complete unit.
Yeah, totally. Like one structural failure should like have some type of like endpoint where that failure stops at or something.
Exactly. Yeah, that is exactly it. Even if you saved half the bridge, it's just like, it's just crazy to think about. Like, watch the video because it is like pure, 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 pure. You're like, and it was kind of like a domino effect. Yeah, it was fucked up, man.
Crazy. Yeah, that shit's just wild to think about. Like, you're just like cruising along, like going home from like the same route you always go. And
always
just, like,
take
listening to tunes, and it's just like a normal fucking day. And all of a sudden you're hearing this crazy noise. You're like, what the fuck is that? And like, you're looking your rear view mirror and like fucking bridge is collapsing. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. There was no way, I guess, if anybody besides the people who were on it, like were traveling across it, there's no fucking way. Apparently one of the dudes, they found him yesterday, refused medical treatment, went the fuck home.
Really?
Like, yeah.
I love your Rutter's cup, by the way.
So in my weird sense of trying to be earth friendly, I use them until I get a new one. And I don't go to convenience stores too often anymore.
Yeah. So
I fucking, like, this one replaced one that I think was like 3 months old. Like I don't know. It's
and I'm assuming you're not washing them.
Of course not. Who would fucking do that? Who wastes the water to do that?
That's so
I pay for my water. Fuck. What? What's bad about it?
About drinking out of a cup that hasn't been washed for 3 months?
Well, this has probably been 3 weeks, but yeah.
All right. Well, 3 weeks, that's still pretty bad.
So the one before, like, one of our clients came in the office and he was looking at my cup. I was like, don't give me shit. I was like, it's just some weird mental thing I have right now that I can't fucking throw them away. Like, it's like, I'm doing my part. My kids are gonna get to live an extra 20 seconds because I didn't fucking
Because of
use.
drinking out of a dirty convenience store cup.
That's fucking right. Or imagine when I'm a bum, then I'll be prepped.
Yeah.
My innards will be all set up. It'll be fucking phenomenal.
I feel a future episode of Hoarders having you as a star.
Oh my God, I'm bad. I am bad. Don't get me wrong. But like, I don't know. It's one of those things I can't just. I think I had like this come to Jesus moment where I'm like, damn, because I used to stop at Royal Farms like every fucking day,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd get a soda and like lunch or something. And every day it was like a new plastic cup every day. And I'm like, motherfucker. And if it's something, I don't know if Dustin was giving me shit or it clicked on my own. But so I was like, this is my little part saving the world. It's me against the world, motherfuckers.
Hey, whatever makes you feel better about yourself.
Oh my God.
Well, so we're gonna review the Descendents Circle Jerk 7-inch today.
See, this is where I'm supposed to hit this button. And he goes, so Ma, what's new? And then we're supposed to do it. But it was a fucking fail. Because for some reason Zoom hates me again. We had a good run there for like a week.
Yeah, you probably just have some wire not plugged in right or something stupid.
Well, I'm notorious for that right now. So yes, that's very possible.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So did you listen to the 7-inch?
So I listened to it using the Gavin rules, and I'd listened to it 3 times. And I was able to do that because it was only like 7 minutes long.
Right.
So I'd rip that shit up multiple times.
Okay, so I listened to it twice. So I didn't know there was a 3-time rule, but I did listen to it twice, and I definitely have my opinions formed of it. But yeah.
Oh, you do? Oh, so I am ready. I'm ready for this. So I liked it. I'm just going to start right there. I thought it was actually really good. I wasn't left down. I didn't have any expectations. Actually, I thought it was going to be worse.
Yeah.
How? I don't fucking know. But I actually thought it was going to be, I was going to be cringing through it. Like, why in the fuck are these guys doing this? Honestly was my thought process.
Gotcha.
Like I was so and like I love the Circle Jerks covers. Like they fucking make me laugh when they do covers. So I'm all in. But I was just leery. But I was honestly very, very surprised on how much I liked it, and how much I think I like the Circle Jerks doing Descendents songs better than I like the Descendents doing the Circle Jerks songs. That makes sense.
No, it totally makes sense because I mean that's pretty much what I thought as well. Like I think I didn't have the reservations about it that you had. Like I kind of thought it was definitely going to be cool. I mean, I like both of those bands a lot, so it was cool that they were doing that. I thought it was definitely going to be a good record. And I think just I have more good things to say about it than bad things, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
I just think it's cool that 2 bands that we love from our childhood are still doing cool stuff together. Like that's just awesome in itself.
Yeah. They jocked that from Conformist, Justin's idea of doing the fucking comp and doing each other's songs.
Gotcha.
So Justin, I think we have a lawsuit. Just saying.
Well, the other thing about the 7-inch too is like, before we talk about the music part, is the artwork is really cool. Like, I mean, it's like, obviously there's like really no other way you could like run with that. I mean, that was probably like the easiest part of the project, is like, this is what the art's going to be.
What if that was the genesis? Somebody did it as a thing and they're like, hey, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that may actually be the case, because I know that the dude who did the Dead Milkmen Eat Your Paisley like reboot shirt that I have, I think, what's his name? Chris Chris Sherry, I think is his name. He does a lot of punk rock artwork and stuff, but he may actually have done that drawing that's on the 7-inch. We'd have to double check that, but I think it's possible he may have done that mashup before, like way before the record. So that might be, I'm totally speculating, but I think he did do something with that before.
I just speculated about the bridge, so I think you're okay making this jump here. just giving you that little gap there. You're okay.
Gotcha. But yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that I thought the Circle Jerk side was far superior to the Descendent side. I thought it was really cool to hear. I think that the Circle Jerks did a better job at making the Descendent songs sound like Circle Jerk songs than the Descendents did making Circle Jerk songs sound like Descendents. I just thought that the Descendents versions of those songs, they just, honestly, to me, they played them so well, they just sounded like the Circle Jerks.
I totally agree. Like initially when this, because I couldn't find it on the Apple, so I did it off of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went, and when it started, I'm like, okay. I kept listening. I'm like, and I was listening. I think they played it too close to the hip almost.
Yeah.
Like the Descendants songs. Like, because there was a point, like my complaint was like, I didn't like that he strayed from like the lyrics. He did his own little improv, and I was like, ugh. But I mean, that's just me being like, when you cover a song, I want to hear that fucking song. And I don't want you to get all fancy with the fucking, I was going to say freelance, but it's not freelance. The fucking
artistic expression.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way. That's what, I was just, that was kind of it. Like, I thought, honestly, now that you've said it, like, it could have went two ways with that. It could have been like adapt and make it more your own and cover it, or just cover the song straight up. And I think they covered them straight up. And so I don't know if so I really liked it. I already said that. But I am now that we're talking about it, maybe what I like is that they didn't try to kind of get too stylistic into their own ways. I mean, my biggest thing was there's definitely a gap where you can see that Keith Morris doesn't have the vocal range fucking Milo does. So that was my biggest dig on it. But I was like, second time through, I fucking still loved the song. It wasn't that, it was just me adjusting that Milo wasn't singing it versus Keith Morris. So I don't know. This was surprisingly good. Not surprisingly, it was better than anticipated by far.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. It's definitely cool, and I'm stoked they did it. And I think it's rad, like I said, that bands from our childhood are still doing cool shit like this together. But yeah, I don't know. I just, like, you kind of nailed it saying like they just played, the Descendants did their versions just too much like the originals. It's like they did them really well too. Like, honestly, like those three songs are probably three of the more, I don't know, like if technical is the right word, but just they're the three kind of like spiffier songs from that first record. And like Bill Stevenson, like just like nailed the drums. Like he fucking crushed the drums, and the recording's really good on both sides of the record. But like the Descendants one is even especially this, like the recording's great. Like everything sounds really good. But to me, I wish they would have, and those three songs are like three of my favorite Circle Jerk songs too. But I just feel like there's other Circle Jerk songs that could have been picked that they could have Descendants-ized like better. Like if they, something off of Wonderful, like, I don't know, just like they just kind of, I feel like they just really like went the full generic route with their side of the record. Like they picked three banger songs, but like to me are like, they're the songs that like everybody's gonna pick. Like pick something that you can make sound more like the Descendents, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess it is like, what was the goal of the project? Like, was it to do, and like, was it to stylize it, or was it just a flat out fucking cover it? I mean, that's the hardest thing, and I didn't even think about it until we started talking about it. Like I said, is I really feel like they're really good. I think the bass, like I can hear the bass really well in both of those.
Uh-huh.
And I think what you're saying is about old bands still killing it. It's like, I don't know what the bass line sounded like early on in those songs, but the fucking bass lines like in these re-records are incredible. I don't know why I'm fucking listening to bass lines. I'm feeling for you, Justin, I guess. I don't know. But it was like the bass work on them was very good. Or at least for me, a non-bass player.
Yeah.
But I was vibing on it.
No, it's cool. Like I'll definitely re-listen to it, and I thought it was really awesome. But yeah, if I'm being super critical, that would be my only kind of beef with it, is that I just wish the Descendants maybe would have picked some songs they could have made sound a little bit more like the Descendants, instead of just doing like a straight up, like kind of blatant copy of a cover basically. But yeah, but it was cool. That's my only complaint.
Even if they added like a flare, like somewhere in the middle of the song or something, just to kind of pull it like into their domain a little bit more, I think it would have been. I don't know if it would have been better, because I'm stoked on it.
One thing for certain is that, like I said, I love the circle jerk side. I probably like that one a good bit better. But what that does showcase, even as cool as their covers are, and I think maybe is what makes me a little bit more disappointed on the Descendant side, is that you hearing like Keith Morris sing those songs, you really see more like firsthand like why Milo's vocals are one of the biggest parts of like what makes the Descendants sound like the Descendants, because Keith doesn't really do some of his like melodies over the songs like the same way, and it really takes away from the song, like not having Milo do like sort of like the holding out of certain words and stuff like that. So
yes,
that was kind of cool to see that or hear that how that, I mean, we already knew that, I guess, but to like how important it is for him to be singing those songs, for them to make them sound like the quote unquote right way. But I did really like Keith Morris's versions. I think the fact of him not being able to do them like Milo, like, gave him a little bit of character that you're not used to hearing, but it really does make you see that he's kind of like the only person that can really like bring those songs to life the way that they need to be, I guess.
So it was funny is I guess it was in I'm the only one. I wrote, my first note was, he's gassed.
Yeah.
But then I was like, and then the note, like I said, the note was like, it doesn't show that he has the same range as Milo. But then there's a third note, I was like, still like it. Like, it was still good. Like, it was just definitely, because there was some parts where I'm like, wow, he's like, it sounded like he was forcing his way through it to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And then and like I said, that was the first listen. And I'm trying to be as all technical as Andy, because wow, he was way too prepared for Dead Guy. I wasn't that prepared. And I at least wanted to have some notes written down about this one.
And one thing too, this just kind of came to me. I sort of forgot about this, but I think that there are words in the Descendant songs that I never knew exactly what he was saying before, and I understood them better with Keith singing them.
Oh, that's funny. Well, it was funny when he oh shit. I guess it was Beverly Hills, right? Is that the and Milo does a little ad lib in there, and I was like, did I not know what he said, or is he ad libbing? So the second time through, I paid more attention. I'm like, oh, he did an ad lib.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I try not to be a bitch about it, because I was like, it gives me hope that we can still get good music from time to time. But then it's fucking two old bands covering two old songs or five old songs. So I don't know if that's a true statement or not.
The Descendents almost played those three songs like better than the Circle Jerks can play them.
So I am honestly like the first 30 seconds, I'm like, all right, I was waiting for it to sound more like Milo. It was like, it was really like, because it was really tight. And I was like, just waiting. And I know they did like, they had fast songs and I like food is good. Like they did shit like that, but I was waiting for Silly Girl and shit like that. Like I wanted to hear him come in.
Yeah, I think maybe that's a good point too, is that, you know, the Descendants did have like faster stuff, but the lyrics made them like goofier. So maybe like him singing more, I guess, serious lyrics, maybe it just didn't feel right to make them Descendant style.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But I don't know. I would give it a big old bong if my sound effects were working.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. Like I said, we being critical and picking little things apart, but overall, I think it was pretty badass and fun to listen to.
So is a 7-inch? Can I buy it? I didn't even look.
Yeah, it's a 7-inch.
Is it like one of fucking 20 that people are now paying like $800 for?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I kind of have zero interest in that record. Like if I happen to see it at a record store randomly and it's like not super expensive, I might grab a copy of it, but I'm not trying to like hunt it down or anything.
Hunt it down. That's a strong term. It's called eBay, my friend. That is all the hunting it needs to happen.
Well, cool. Well, you want to wrap things up then?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Next week, big announcement here.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait to hear. Yeah.
Cool.
Because I got questions.
All right, cool. Well, hopefully I'll have answers.
Nice. All right, motherfuckers. See, or what do I say? Adios, motherfuckers. That's what I say.
Yeah, that's what you say. Later. This Pottycast was brought to you by Potty Mouth Records. Contact us at pottymouthrecords@gmail.com and find us on the web at pottymouthrecords.rocks. That's .rocks.
That was way better than I expected.
Pottycast. Pottycast.